Hi everyone. The day before I promised you that I was going to be using Achha Foods and making something out of these two ingredients. I've chosen to use their butter and their yogurt, and I'm going to be making something with beef, potatoes and rice. Now, I've never posted this recipe. It has a little bit of an Iranian background and it is delicious. It is basically going to be some buttered rice, and I'm going to serve it with a Dum Pukht type of a beef and potato curry that is eaten in Iran and the northern areas of Pakistan. So I'm very excited to introduce these two products, Achha Yogurt and Achha Butter, for this recipe coming up right now on Ifnatcancook. Before I begin this recipe, I wanted to tell you that Achha Foods has burger sliced cheese, cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese, pizza cheese. They have desi ghee, they have yogurt, and they have butter, which I'm using today. And let's get started on this recipe right now so I can show you how this lovely dish is made. The main ingredient in this dish is about 500 grams of beef with a little fat on it. With the beef, I'm going to be using potatoes, onions, green chilies, some bell peppers, obviously the butter, the yogurt, some of those aromatics and herbs, and the rest of the ingredients are going to go into a rice dish, and this is homemade chicken stock. And the first ingredient I'm going to use is Achha white butter. This is 100% khalis pure, and I'm going to be using 50 grams into this pot. I'm going to melt this. This is the base for this dish. Okay, that's melting, and I have about 4 to 5 potatoes. I have peeled them, and this is going to be the next ingredient that goes in my Dum Pukht beef. I'm going to be placing some ginger slices. I feel like adding celery to any kind of dish like this will only elevate the taste because it is such a beautiful aromatic. That's a tablespoon of garlic. Alright. And now I'm taking some beef which has a little bit of fat in it because I want the fat to melt. I'm going to place that on top or around the potatoes. This is going to be a very beautiful aromatic dish. Next up is salt and freshly ground black pepper. I'll just show you. A few red chili flakes to add heat to this dish. I'm going to add 1 bay leaf, 2 green cardamoms and 3 or 4 cloves into the mix. Next up is these onions that I have sliced. And you'll notice that in a lot of Iranian food, they place the vegetables one on top of the other, and then they just put it on dum, and that's what is so lovely about it. Okay, green chilies. They're not very hot, I've used the fat ones. And fresh parsley. Parsley is very important in this dish, as is mint. And that's ready. I'm not going to be adding any water to this. I'm just going to cover this and cook this on low fire. Alright, I'm just going to shut the sides. It's not a pressure cooker, it's a fast cooker, and this is going to be cooked on low heat right now without adding any water. When it's nearly ready, I'm going to tell you about the next ingredients. In the meantime, I've just boiled a little bit of salty water, adding bay leaves and a few cloves and 2 green cardamoms into the mix. I shall add the rice. So I have soaked about 2.5 cups of rice for at least half an hour, so it gets nice and fluffy by the time it's ready to be added to the water. Okay, this has to be half boiled, not egg kani or al dente, exactly half, so about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to strain this. Okay, I've strained this beautiful rice in exactly 4 minutes, and I'm taking this Achha butter, at least 50 grams. You can use more, depends on how buttery you want it. Add it to the pan, and here I have some fennel seeds, which is soft, and shahi zira, which is caraway seeds. Okay, I just wanted to show you that this is the pot with the fennel and the shahi zira, kala zira bhi keh sakte hain isko. And I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of ginger, and this is chopped. 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. This has a lot of garlic, and that's 2 onions sliced. I'm going to mix this really well. Next up, I'm going to add the aloo bukhara, and that's anar dana, into this mix. This is going to create that very lovely salty and little khatta-ness to this dish, because that's very important for to be served with the beef. This is Barbary zirishk, and if you have it, you use it. If you don't, you can skip it. I'm going to be adding a little bit of sumac powder that also has a little bit of a tarty taste to it. I love it. And I'm going to saute this, add the rice which is lying here, and then proceed. And very important is freshly ground black pepper. It's better than the powdered stuff that you get in packets. This is also a key ingredient for the beef, and it really changes the taste. Okay, saute this really well. Don't let it burn. The butter is smelling delicious. Okay, I'm about to add the rice into the stock. I've added that, and I'm going to let this boil till I see that the water has completely disappeared. So when you press the spoon down, you should not see the liquid like this. It has to completely evaporate. So turn the fire up. There's less salt in this, so I'm just going to add a little salt, mix it. And now you can see that the water has nearly evaporated. It's not coming up to the surface. So I'm going to turn this down, lower the fire, and cover it and cook it. Okay, I think this is ready. I'm just going to take a fork and lightly fork it. It's slightly wet around the sides over here, but that's okay. When I turn this off, it'll dry up. And this is looking good. Okay, right at the end, some more butter. By the way, guys, this butter really tastes good. I promise you that. Wow. Love this rice so much. I could eat this zirish pulao every single day of my life. It is so good. It is very comforting. I love it. Please make it. It's been about 50 minutes, and let's check what's going on with the beef, onions and potatoes. Okay, this has a good half an hour, another 45 minutes to go. The potatoes and the beef are not done. I still have to add achha yogurt into this, but I shall add it once everything is cooked, and then I'm going to add these bell peppers and garnish it. Okay, I think it should be ready by now. Yep, it is absolutely ready. Next step, taken about a little less than half a cup of yogurt, and I'm just going to add that to the beef Dum Pukht. I'm going to mix this now. Next up, and now this is my addition to a Dum Pukht. It is not a part of a regular recipe, but I would like that. Some red, yellow and green bell pepper. I'm just going to check for spices as in black pepper. So I'm just going to garnish it with these ingredients. So this is fried garlic, that is parsley, mint and coriander. Okay, I'm going to dish this out. It is such a beautiful, colorful dish. And guys, whenever I make food, I make it with a lot of love, and I do it so that everyone who's eating it enjoys it. So I'd love it if you would do the same, as in make the same recipes and send me pictures, which you do. I'm going to so enjoy this tonight with the buttered rice. And here you go. Parsley, coriander, a little bit of mint. And here's the rice, the same for the rice. Garlic chips, so amazing. All you have to do is slice garlic and deep fry it. And you can always store it in your freezer or fridge for quite a while. This is my version of a Dum Pukht. Dum basically means to steam cook on low fire, and Pukht means to cook. So Dum Pukht can actually be any dish. You can make a chicken Dum Pukht, you can add carrots, you can do anything as long as it's steam cooked and it is cooked on very low fire. I have used Achha Foods white butter, 100% khalis. I really like that, by the way. And Achha yogurt. And I've also made this buttered rice. I shall be adding all these stories and putting this up on YouTube as well. So I would really like for you guys to try this and tell me what you think and make it soon. I couldn't wait. I had to eat this. I've loved the buttered rice so much, and I can't tell you how amazing this Dum Pukht has turned out to be. Now, if it had bones, I would say it's falling off its bone. It's that tender. Anything that's slow cooked like this for so long definitely tastes better than when you raise the fire and try to pressure cook this kind of meat. It's delicious, guys, and I must recommend Achha Foods at this point. The butter and the yogurt were fabulous. Thanks for watching me on Ifnatcancook, and I hope you stay tuned for further recipes from me.